So, Infernals. This is the second faction. So let me explain what this is like. A lot of people compare these to the Zerg, but not quite sure. So it has, first thing it has is this Shroud, which I guess is kind of like creep in StarCraft. So what is the Shroud for? The Shroud, basically, your units have two different health bars. You have your normal health bar and you have the white health, as it's called right now. I don't know if there's going to be a permaname or not. But basically, it's like acts as shields. So what it does is while your units are on the Shroud, you slowly gain the white health, okay? When you leave the Shroud, you slowly lose white health. So you can see on the bottom, the Imp is now losing the health. But if I go back to it, it's going to regen. So if you are playing Infernals and you stand on the Shroud, you will actually, your units are going to be a lot stronger. What you can also do with them is you can mass up an army, put them on Shroud, get full shields or full white health, and then just do a massive push across the map while the shields are on. Just kind of like go, go, go. Another thing you can do is make towers which can spawn Shrouds. So you can create one tower here, one tower here, one tower here, one tower here. So you have Shroud throughout the whole map and you don't end up losing the shields. Okay. So that's one important mechanic for the Infernals. Permanently grants Infernal units 1% white health regeneration per second while on Shroud. Okay, this is new. So I've seen this, but this is new. When any unit dies near one of your units, their animus is collected into the Shroud Stones to be used for rituals. Harvest 1 animus per supply. Bonus 50% if the unit died on Shroud. So you get 1 animus every time a unit dies per supply. And you get 50% bonus if it died on Shroud. Now, I'm assuming this is on any Shroud. But the thing that I do know is if you're playing Infernal versus Infernal, you're both getting anima when each of your units die. So you're both kind of stacking these. And then the last one, this structure generates Shroud around itself, so the main base does generate Shroud. Their first building is the meat farm. When you build a building with Infernals, your worker dies, it's gone, it's sacrificed. Now, what's cool about the meat farm, which is their supply increasing building, is it spawns fel hogs. So, if this structure has 3 fel hogs associated with it and it attempts to spawn another, an excess fel hog will be sacrificed. Okay. Oh wait, so when you have 3 and it attempts to spawn the 4th, it will kill the first one, which is going to give you anima as well, right? Or animus? What is it called? Animus. Okay, so you can basically spawn a lot of these. Oh, it's 0 supply. Right. It's 0 supply. You guys are right. So it spawns a fel hog every 20 seconds. And this thing, by the way, is a little bit of a defensive, to help you defensively. So they don't have the activation ability on their shrine to increase the worker damage, to be able to defend yourself. So they have... Anima is the plural of animus? Okay, I did not know that. So I was correct, technically. So, they don't have defensive options on their main base. So they do have meat farms, which you are supposed to place near your resource mining. So whenever an enemy attacks, these guys will defend you. So, another cool thing that I have seen when other people played Infernals, which was not in when I played it, they don't have production time. Okay, so the way it works is the units, your buildings will get charges. So if you look right now, I have 11 workers. I'm gonna rally it over this side, and if I build imps, you can see train time is half a second. So the way it works is you can stack the unit production. I'm assuming it has some kind of limit. It seems like it was 3, and you can see this bar right here when the next unit will be available. So you can see 0. And now if I spam it, the moment it gets 1, I can pop down another worker. So that's another mechanic that's completely different from Vanguard. And I guess if you're not as precise mechanically, like macro-wise, even if you have 2 stacks, you can pop them out immediately, so it's not a big deal. Alright, let's move on to the next thing. I'm gonna build actually another base here, just so we have... This is the map I did play, by the way, so I'm a bit more familiar with it. All right, let's go with the first production building. Now, one thing to note, not every building increases the shroud. The only building that increase the shroud are the tower and the main base. The tower is like a defensive structure. We'll see in a second. So, while we're building that, we're gonna build this too. Conclave, and we got iron vault coming as well. Oh, there's a little blood on top every time you you build something. Let me see that again. I'm gonna upgrade this after. All right. So here we go. So again, you want to be building like your meat farms around your resources so that you have some kind of defense when the enemy comes, because you don't have much else going for you as far as that goes. So here we go. The iron vault's about to finish, and again, every building has charges, so I was able to produce brutes instantly, and they also have, as you can see, when you can produce the next one, which I'm assuming the way it's balanced is around having same production time as the vanguards or similar per cost. You just don't have to wait for a fresh time, you can just pump them out immediately, right? You build some workers just so we can have more stuff to work with later on. The cool thing about brutes, by the way, again, they have the white shields. The cool thing about brutes is they have an ability from the get-go, which is rip this unit in half, creating 2 fiends in the process. So when I was playing Stormgate, what I was doing is I would be fighting with these guys, and when they get super low health, you can just do one of these. Right? You pop them in half, and you can use these guys, the fiends, to go around, to harass, to scout with them, or whatever else you want to do. This unit loses 1% of its maximum health per second. Okay, so they do lose health as well, not just the white shields, but they do lose the health too. But what you can do is you can keep them on the white shroud, and even though they will not regenerate their health, they will regenerate the white health while they're on it. So you can technically keep them alive for longer, or you can run in and, you know, suicide them and get some damage in. So again, the moment you train these guys, you can just immediately pop them in half, because the unit literally rips itself in half. So, let me make some more buildings. As you can see, these guys are clapping. So you can clear camps with them. Whenever you do this, like, you can just go in and harass your opponent before they, you know, die on their own, or you can go get some creep camps or whatever else. Now, next, let's see, what do we have here? We have the Gaunts, which are the, I guess the second unit. They are ranged, and they have, on hit, attack bounces twice to nearby enemies. Okay, so this was changed as well. They worked a bit different before. So, attack bounces twice. So does this mean it hits 3 targets? I'm assuming so. If the attack bounces twice, you should hit 3 targets. And they have an upgrade later on. Increases this unit's movement speed by 50% and allows its bouncing glaive weapon to infest. Now, what infest does is, if you activate this and the enemy unit is infested with their attack, because it also bounces, I'm assuming it infests 3 targets per hit. If the target dies while it has infest on, it will spawn fiends out of them. So if the enemy has 100 units and you infest 100 of them with the auto attacks, then you will spawn 100 fiends in the middle of the fight. So that's how that works. I'm not sure how long the infest lasts as a debuff on the enemy unit, but you can see this costs health to use. So we're gonna go into that a little bit later. Alright, we created some more stuff over here. We have the Shadow Cleft, which is okay, we got Flyer, Twilight Spire for the air units. And then what else do we have? We have Shadow Cleft and Ritual Chamber. Shadow Cleft is right here, and it's used for upgrades. So Vanguard has mech upgrades and bio upgrades. And Infernals has 1 building at the moment for the upgrades, unless it's in this one, we'll see. Allow brutes to spawn 2 fiends after they perish, including when they sun their soul. So I'm assuming this is when brutes die on their own. You don't need to activate an ability. They give you 2 fiends. So that's upgrade number 1. Upgrade number 2 allows magmadons to use flame coil lariat ability. We're just gonna get all these. And then allows guns to use the hemoglaive infusion. Actually, let me skip this one like this. Okay. What other units do we have? We have the magmadons. Not enough here. Okay, I don't have resources. Okay. So these guys are very, very tanky. So if you compare, this unit has 80 health, 40 shields. This unit has 480 health and 240 shields. So every 3rd attack, this unit will deal area damage to nearby units. So if there's a bunch of units from the enemy, every 3rd attack is just gonna do a lot of splash damage. So if they are in your army, you kind of have to bail out of there. Number 1 ability that they have is sacrifices target Felhog, recovering 50% of max white health instantly. So you can eat these guys right here with magmadons to recover your white health. So if you're fighting and your enemy takes care of the white health, you can come back, eat these guys, and then recover 50% of it. You have Crushing Charge, which is what it says it is. It charges in. Enemy units and structures will take 30 damage, sorry, and are stunned for half the second. So not all the way on the way to the charge, but at the end location. And then they have lassos a target enemy flying unit, causing it to fall from the sky and stunning it for 3 seconds. Okay, I haven't seen that ability actually, but I'm pretty curious. It just has a 10-second cooldown, so I'm pretty excited to use these guys. Did we get infestability? It's about to finish, so we're gonna see that too. We have Weavers, which are also units I have not seen before. They're very, very slow, as you can see. Detect stealthed enemies. Okay, well, they're very slow. They have a lot of health. They actually have more health than magmadons do. This unit can see onto high ground as if it were flyer. Okay, we're gonna go test that over here. And what abilities does it have? Okay, so it can also consume the Felhogs to recover 50% of the white health. Launches a harpoon at a target unit, pulling it to the location of the Weaver and dealing 60 damage if it's an enemy unit. Wait, can I pull these? Yoink. So it's like Vipers from StarCraft. That seems really good. They are really slow, so that's kind of a thing, right? They are very, very slow. And they attack very, very slow. So I guess they're just massive tanks that you want to use to, you know, pull in the Atlas, which are the siege units or something like that. Okay. The infestability is here. So if I use it, I'm going to go over here. I use it. So I lose 10 health, which is either, I'm assuming it's going shields first. White health. It costs 10 to use. You get movement speed, 50% movement speed actually. And now your attacks will infest the target, which I don't think you can infest your own unit, so we can't see that. Oh wow, their vision is quite a bit actually. So I can yoink stuff from the high ground to the low ground. Okay, cool. Forces are in battle. Now this is the Shroud Stone, which is their tower. It's cheaper than Vanguard Tower, but obviously you lose a worker, and you can see it has the shroud around it. Now, next thing. We have the Ritual Chamber. Oh, we have flyer units too. Allows imps to use on flame ability, increase the Shadow Flyer movement speed by 50%, and improves the blood. Okay, let's get both of those. So, next thing we're gonna do is the flyers, which are the flying units. One is a transport called Doombringer. I think it is, right? Wait, is it not? Transport Thrall can deploy to release cargo and disperse Shroud. Okay. How many units can fit in? Wait, what? Oh, I have to... Wait, do you have to do that? You have to go down to pick up stuff. Okay, that's gonna be a bit harder to use. So you're gonna need to deploy it. It drops the shroud, and it's gonna unload the units. Okay. So you can also... This is something that's gonna be used in battles, right? You're gonna... Even if you don't have units transported, you can use it so you don't lose the white health. And then it has teleport this unit to a friendly shrine, which is the... one of your bases. Boop. Okay, so you can use it for harassment and then teleport it back. And then we have Spriggan, which on hit reduces target's attack and production speed by 6% for 15 seconds to a maximum of 30. So you can actually attack the buildings and reduce the production speed. And the second one is this unit fires 3 missiles with each attack. Okay. Now the imp upgrade that I just got, basically you activate it, it costs 25 therium, and it inflames the unit, increases the movement speed, and then it explodes after the thing goes off. So you can actually use the imps, which is the infernal workers, to go around and use them as part of your army. It's kind of like banelings that explodes. Oh yeah, we have shadow flyers, which are trained at my main base as well, which are basically like similar to Scourges from Brood War. Detonates itself into a target enemy unit, gaining speed as it approaches and dealing 125 area of effect damage. So this is something that again is used to break up like mass air unit kind of playstyle, so you have some splash damage for the air. And then last thing that I saw right here are the rituals, which, okay, let's see. Infects enemy units in a target area with infest and reduces their vision by 50% for 10 seconds. Bonus 25% vision reduction on Shroud. Okay. It costs 50 anima. Increases the white health regeneration of all your units on Shroud by 50% for 20 seconds. Instantly summons a Shroud Stone within 10 range and increases all Shroud coverage by 100% for 30 seconds. And summoned Flayed Dragon. 500, 400 resources, and it costs 400, and it has a 300 second cooldown. Powerful Enthralled Dragon can use the Fetid Breath and Inhale Poison abilities as a Parasitic Soul passive ability. Oh, I'm excited to see that one. I guess we'll see it in a real game, right? When I play now. But that's the Infernals. Let's go into their game. And we don't have a mirror match. That's great. Okay, I need to get used to this thing where it's like where I don't build workers, I have to wait. It's something to get used to. This thing is a bit loud. A bit loud. So you can kind of chill with Infernals. I can already see when the game comes out. Infernals are too OP. They don't have to macro at all. You can just wait, you know, you can drink coffee. Don't you need to build workers? So again, there's a thing here. The orange bar is filling up. When it fills up, the worker comes out instantly. So one thing you don't have with Infernals, if you notice, I don't have any scouting unit. So usually the Vanguard will attack you with their scout, which this guy is not. So maybe he's a new player, but you usually want to come in here and start harassing and, you know, doing damage and all that. All the good stuff. I'm stacking a lot more resources. I could probably do some kind of fast expand. My brute is out. And the brute obviously claps the scout. And this faction, by the way, is definitely more fast expand kind of faction. It's not so much like you gotta attack right now. It's much more like, I think at least, right? That playing defensive and expanding and taking over the map, because yeah. Because yeah, that's it. That's my explanation. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, let's go across the map and let's scout what he's doing. So I could also split the brutes in half and go scout with that, but I would probably rather not. So let's see. Do I get another base? I could, for sure, right? Maybe it's a bit wild, but let's do it. Come here, boy. So once you kill these, then the Ethereum starts spawning there. Okay, this guy is definitely a new player, by the way, or at least not as experienced as the last guy. The last guy, like, again, he knew what he was doing. So as you can see, when you get low HP, you can split them up. And you can use them to harass.
Forces are in battle.
A little turret there. Turret doesn't do as much damage. When it doesn't have units inside. I kind of want to go for resource camps, but they're really far away. Shadow Cleft. So I probably want to build up. Oh, I didn't get full. Okay. I probably want to build up quite a few production buildings, right? So I have uses. So I can play like this, where I start off. Oh, so I can start off very greedy, and then when the enemy attacks, I can just plop down a lot of units. I think that's kind of the. I think that's the idea behind it, right? The macroing feels really weird though. I'm just not used to it. So now, because I have 3 stacks and you cannot get more, I guess I should use it so that I keep gaining more units. And now what I can do here as well is use this brute, send it back, so I don't lose the actual health. Instead, I just lose the shields. Shields and I go. Oh, one thing is they do not have what's it called? They do not have a building that you can build next to Therium to drop off. So you have to like make multiple bases or a base closer to it or something. Because yeah, they can't have everything. These guys are very expensive. They're 150 Therium. I think I'm just gonna go attack them now. See what we can cook up. It's a lot harder to creep on this map because I guess you can destroy the trees. Maybe I should do that. You can destroy these trees, by the way. Like this with workers or with some of the units. Yoink. Oh, the ability that I got. Oh, okay. Ability that I got actually roots the air units. I forgot. So now what I want to do is get these guys in. You see that splash damage right there? Every third attack, they do splash damage. So you really want to get the units in there so they can pop off. I'm gonna do a little stun right here.
Forces are in battle.
And yeah, you want to keep expanding with Infernals a lot more than you do with Vanguard. Look at this, we charge in here. Look at this, now the third attack. Do it. Oof. GG. I can't zoom out more than this. No, this is the max zoom out. This is the max zoom in for now. I don't know if they're going to change it in the future. So this is very interesting. So when I played Infernals last time, I was able to spend the money really well. But because this new mechanic is in, you actually need way more production buildings. And I am pretty sure that the cooldown on the orange thing, so you can actually summon a unit, is longer than of Vanguard unit production. I don't have the numbers, but I'm pretty sure it is. Because I could not spend my resources at all, and I was on 3 bases with 3 production buildings, which you need more production buildings than that. But I was really floating resources, so I guess the idea is this. You have a lot of production buildings, and then you just blast a lot of units through. So another thing you can do is, like I mentioned earlier, you can have like a what's it called, Shroud Stone, like here, and then move it maybe closer to their base, so that once your units move through, they don't lose the white shields. So there's a lot of interesting stuff you can do with that. Oh, we got some of the rituals. Okay, we don't have this one. Where can I see how many I have right now? Am I blind? Oh, right here. 89. Summons the Shroud Stone within 10 range. I don't even know what 10 range is. Okay, you just plop down another one, and increases all shroud coverage by 100%. So these are the things you can use, but once you use it, obviously you lose the anima. So, dude, I really want to get this Flay Dragon. We're gonna try it again. But that's it. That's kind of the Infernals. So now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get out of this game, and we're gonna play some more games, start grinding the ladder a bit, and we're gonna get into the co-op a little bit later too, because I haven't tried co-op at all yet, and I'm pretty excited to do so.